Hi everybody, it's me. I'm at Vermette Supermarket in Amesbury, and I drop a ride share off here every so often. And when I come here, I brings back some memories that I'd like to share with you guys. And it's not an easy one for me, so please bear with me. I'm just gonna try to do this once and just let God do the talking here. So and the reason why I'm saying this is because I used to live in downtown Amesbury. Some of you guys might know, some of you don't know, but there's an ashtray that's over there in front of the door, and every time I come here, I look at that ashtray, and it brings back the memories of me actually picking cigarette butts out of that ashtray to bring home with me and re-roll them and with my own papers to smoke, because I would come here to return my empty cans and bottles and buy new cans of Natty Ice Tall Boys for, I think they were like $1 something back then. And yeah, that was kind of my life. I guess you want to call it rock bottom or something. I don't know what you want to call it. But when I lived down here for about 6 years, I didn't have a license. I didn't really, I was laid off from work from my landscape job. So I couldn't really get any other job without a license, and I couldn't get a license without a job. You know, it was just kind of one of those catch-22s or whatever you want to call it. And I didn't really have my, my stuff together to be able to make that happen. So I'd walk around, and I think unemployment paid me about $100 a week. That was gone like that day, Thursday. It was gone by Friday, Saturday from buying alcohol and stuff. And I lived in a house with a bunch of roommates and stuff, and at the time I fell behind on rent for a few months. I would take my roommates' money that they would give me to pay the utilities, and I would buy drugs and alcohol with it. And so they shut our gas off. I didn't have a cell phone. I had a pay-as-you-go phone. So most of the time I wouldn't have that on. Some of you guys might remember the times I didn't have a phone, or showering at friends' houses and stuff. I also, would do other things, like I had a tab going. Not only did I fall behind on my rent or whatever, but I had a tab at the liquor store. I was friendly with the guy who owned it, and he would give me beers and stuff and some Smirnoff and whatever to get my fix going. And I had a tab going with them. I also had a tab at Pizza Factory, believe it or not. I would order pizzas and stuff and order food, and then go in there and pretend like, oh, my debit card didn't work. Oh, I'm sorry, knowing damn well that I owed TD Bank North $280 something all the time with overdraft fees. So I had that going for me. I owed the cocaine man, the plug. I always owed him money. So that, and I did some other things. Like I would steal from friends. I would steal their prescription meds. I would steal their Adderall and Ritalin and stuff like that to get me by. And I guess I'm sharing this with you guys because, I guess you could call it my, rock bottom or whatever. Oh, and the other thing is I got to a point where I said I didn't have any money to pay for my probation fees from my drunk driving, which is why I didn't have a license. So my solution to that was to just ignore that and not go to my probation appointments because I didn't have the money. And after a couple months of not showing up to my probation officer was pretty mad at me, and there was a warrant out for my arrest. And you could call it rock bottom, like I said, but it's just a reminder that every time I come here of how far I've come in the past 10 years, and that I never would have thought, like any different, because it was normal to me. It was okay, like I was okay with it, that was my life, and I thought that I was happy, but I was just drunk and high, actually behind all of the numbing my feelings, I was actually pretty depressed and sad and lonely, you know, kind of desperate, looking for love, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And it was just a really hard time in my life. You know, I'm thankful, you know, it makes you, obviously I look back and I'm very thankful for what I do now and where I'm at, and that I was able to get it back, everything back together, you know, and build the life that I have now. But, you know, it didn't come easy. It didn't come easy at all. And sometimes it just got discouraging because you feel like you get into this hole, you know, and the more you try to get out of the hole, the walls would collapse in on me more, you know, and, you know, it's just like digging in the beach sand, you know, and it just collapsed, and it was just a lot easier just to give up and, you know, not really give a shit, I guess, you know, because I was having fun. So I thought, you know, I mean, I did have fun, but, you know, looking back, you know, it's crazy, you know, to think that I was a grown man picking cigarette butts, stranger cigarettes out of an ashtray to re-roll, you know, and doing those sort of things. So I try not to forget that sort of stuff, so that I can, you know, be thankful and show gratitude to what I've done now, where I'm at. And it's crazy how your priorities will change, you know, and whatnot. And, you know, I don't know. I wanted to share this sort of stuff, so share the story with everyone. So, you know, so I guess it could kind of give somebody hope, but maybe, you know, like maybe somebody's in their own hole, and they're digging and don't really see the end, and that there is an end. You just have to really want it, and you have to work towards it, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I really wanted to share. And let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. So, all right, I'm gonna get home, get some dinner going and stuff, and enjoy my life that I built. Thanks. Have a nice night. Bye.